You are standing in a crowded room. You feel it. The weight of a dozen eyes on your back. Your cheeks warm. Your palms sweat. You adjust your shirt. You smooth your hair. Because you are certain everyone is watching you, noticing your every flaw. But what if you are wrong? What if the spotlight you feel so intensely is not real at all? This is your brain playing the oldest trick in the book. It has a name: the spotlight effect. Coined by social psychologists Thomas Gilovich and Kenneth Savitsky in 1999, it describes our universal tendency to overestimate how much others notice our appearance, our behavior, and our mistakes. You walk into a room and you feel like you are standing on a brightly lit stage. But here is the truth that changes everything. You are not the star of their show. You are just a background extra in their own movie. Think about this. When was the last time you vividly remembered someone else's embarrassing moment? Their coffee spill? Their awkward pause? You probably cannot recall a single one. And yet, you replay your own embarrassments like a film reel that never ends. Your brain tells you everyone is watching, but the data tells you something far stranger. They are not. They are far too busy worrying about their own spotlight. Let us step into the laboratory. In 2000, Gilovich, Medvec, and Savitsky ran a classic experiment. They brought students into a room and asked them to put on a t-shirt featuring a large photo of Barry Manilow. The students then walked into another room and joined a group. Afterward, they were asked how many people noticed the shirt. On average, they guessed more than half. In reality, only about 25% actually noticed. 25%. They overestimated their social visibility by nearly double. And this was a massive face on a t-shirt. Imagine a slightly bad hair day. The gap between what you fear and what others notice grows even wider. So why does your brain manufacture a spotlight that does not exist? The answer lies in anchoring. You are anchored to your own internal experience. You know what you are feeling, but you make a fatal error. You assume that because you are acutely aware of your internal state, others must be acutely aware of it too. This is called the illusion of transparency. You believe your anxiety radiates off you like heat from a fire, but it does not. Your internal state is your private world. Everyone else is locked out of it. There is a second layer. It is called the egocentric bias. Your brain is the center of your own universe. That is normal, but your brain assumes you are the protagonist in everyone else's story too. You are not. They are the protagonist of their own story. You are barely a background extra. This is not just a psychological quirk. This is your ancient brain trying to keep you safe. Back on the savannah, being ostracized from the tribe meant death. Your brain evolved to be hyper-vigilant about how others perceived you because your survival depended on group acceptance. Your brain overcorrected. It built a smoke detector that goes off every time you burn toast. It is calibrated to a world that no longer exists. So what do? How do you escape the spotlight? First, awareness. Every time you feel that familiar weight, remind yourself of the Barry Manilow t-shirt. Remind yourself people are looking, but not the way you think. They look at you like a street sign. It registers, and then it is forgotten. Second, shift your focus outward. The spotlight is fueled by introspection. When you look inward, you magnify your flaws. When you look outward, you shrink them. Ask yourself, what is that person thinking about right now? Not about you, about themselves. They are worried about their own shirt. Third, lean into imperfection. Try this experiment. Go into a public space and do something slightly unusual. Hum out of key. Wear mismatched socks. Watch what happens. Nothing. The world does not collapse. People barely flinch. That is the liberating truth. You are not that important to them. And that is permission. Permission to relax, permission to be yourself, and permission to stop performing for an audience that does not exist. Think back to the crowded room. You walked in, and the world did not stop. The only thing that stopped was your own internal monologue, spinning a story that was never true. You were never on stage. You were just another person, in another room, trying to find your way. The spotlight was never real. It was just a trick of the mind, a ghost from your ancient past. So take a deep breath, walk into the room, forgive yourself, and watch as the spotlight flickers and fades away.